Hi, everyone. I'm Matthew Haas, Superintendent for Albemarle County Public Schools, and welcome to the Albemarle County Public Schools podcast. Today, I have 6 guests on the podcast. These are Walton Middle School Wildcats, and they are Gavin Beer, Simon Gewirtz, Jacob Strumlauf, Addis Tesfai, and also
Smith and Lucas Hager in the main office.
You can see we are doing the podcast live from school because we just had an announcement. Also teachers Natalie Capps and Mr. B, Maxwell. So the big news here is that the Walton stock market game team won first place in Virginia. These are 8th graders. They also ranked 4th in the state overall. This includes high school teams as well. And they had a gain of 11% during the investment time. That's amazing. Ms. Capps, the talent development resource teacher, helped to lead this work. And Mr. B. Maxwell, the CT teacher, helped sponsor this team as part of his work with the students in the business and entrepreneurship class. So this winning team, as I said earlier, consists of Gavin Beer, Simon Gewirtz, Jacob Strumlauf, and Addis Tesfai. And these students and their teachers will be honored at JMU in the spring for the regional win, and then at the Richmond Federal Reserve Bank. I don't know if have any of you ever been to that bank up on there? I went many years ago with another team, and the view from the room up there is just amazing. You'll be amazed at what you can see. So if you're listening to this podcast, you probably want to know more about the stock market game, as well as to learn more about these young people and their leadership journeys. And I'm just going to go around and ask each of our students to please tell us a little bit about yourself and your life background. So let's start out with Gavin. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Gavin. I'm 14 years old. I like basketball.
Well, thank you very much for sharing that. Jacob, how about you? Tell us a little bit about yourself. I think Jacob's having a sound issue. Let's come back to Addis and see if Addis, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is Addis. I'm 14. I also like basketball. I like making jokes and, making people smile.
That's great. Thank you very much, Addis. Let's see. How about Simon? I think I missed you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm 13. I just became a Jewish man and had my bar mitzvah. I love playing basketball and soccer. My soccer team made it to nationals in San Diego, and we made it close to winning the whole thing.
Wow.
And I also love making people smile.
Awesome. Well, that made me smile just hearing a little bit about you. How about, I see that Jacob has moved to another computer. You want to try, Jacob?
I'm Jacob Strumlauf. I'm 13. I fence and play baseball.
All right, cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate your patience there working through that too. Would any of you please explain the stock market game? What is it and how does it work?
So we invest in different stocks and see if they're going to go up or down. And we get the amount of stocks that we think will help us. If they're very expensive, we might only get 10 shares. But if they're cheap and they have a likelihood of going up, might get a lot more shares.
Sounds like real life. Sounds like real life investing. So let me ask you a question. Let's see. So that was Simon. So Addis, how did you get involved with this project?
So we were introduced in CTE by our teacher, Mr. Maxwell, and he kind of set the ground rules. And while we watched the video, he set sites like Yahoo Finance, where we could look and see what stocks are doing well and have a good future, or are just gonna fall. So we kind of set that as the ground. We should just check about finance to see if it's gonna do good in the future or not.
Excellent. So I have to ask Mr. Maxwell, he's a longtime educator. Mr. Maxwell, what gave you the idea to get the students involved in the stock market game?
Well, we've been running the program here at Walton for many, many years. Ms. Capps did it before I did, and then really I started doing it in the business class over COVID because it presented such a great opportunity for doing things in the virtual world. And the VCU and JMU and the partnership that does the region for the state of Virginia really has a really good curriculum for the kids to learn about investing, making long-term goals, short-term goals. They learn about diversification. We even touch a little bit on bonds, but that's not a place you really want to go to win the stock market game because they're a little less return there.
Well, good. That's awesome. I really, I just think it's amazing that you used the flip that we needed to do to virtual learning as a way to find something really engaging for the students to get involved in. Let me see. I would like to ask Gavin, what's one thing that you learned for sure during participating in the stock market game? Like what's one thing you really feel like you learned well?
When I first started the stock market game, I was trying to learn everything at once, but I couldn't really figure it out. So I kind of shadowed over Addis for the remainder of the time. But one thing I learned is how to tell when the stocks are going to go up or down and when you're supposed to invest in the stocks or when you're not supposed to invest in the stocks. That just helps me and helped us win.
Do you think that's going to help you for the rest of your life?
If I really get into stocks, probably will help me. It might help me get into college even.
All right, thank you very much. Then I would like to ask Jacob. Okay, so you've had this big success with the stock market game. What's next? What is your next thing that you're going to do?
So our next step, we're doing the stock market game again, or some of us are, and it's not been going quite as well, but we've been trying.
So what's not, I'm curious, what's not going well?
We've lost quite a bit of money.
Oh, okay. What are you learning from that?
Maybe not invest in the same things always.
Yeah, what do you call that? That Mr. Maxwell used that term earlier. What do we call that?
Diversification.
There you go. Look at all the things you're learning through real experiences. So Ms. Capps, you're the guru on the stock market game. It sounds like you got Mr. Maxwell hooked on it. Why did you bring this to Walton?
Well, I started at Walton in 1998, and the stock market game was something that was already happening. And I took over from the teacher who had been here before me. And so I will brag just a little bit about this crew. In my 25 years here, I have had students win first in the region and go to JMU for the ceremony. But this is our first Walton team in the last 25 years, at least, who has won at the state level. So it's really exciting. And for them to not just place at state, but be the top ranked middle school team at the state is really exciting. We've done this stock market game in a bunch of different classes because it fits so many different curriculums. And so we've had a sweep, first, second, and third place at the region years ago because we did it in 6th grade math. That was back when the stock market used fractions. And so it worked very well with the 6th grade curriculum. Recently, we've been playing with the 8th graders in economics class. And then, of course, Mr. Maxwell's been doing it for years now with business and entrepreneurship. And so the stock market game organization produces lots of lesson plans that you could use, videos, instructional things like that. And then they also have a couple of extra programs, one called Invest Right, where students can write about their investment strategies for writing contests and perhaps win some money that way. Actual money, not virtual money. And then they also have partnerships with different financial people in our community who will come out and meet with students and talk with them. And in the spring, if you register in time, they have a program called the Capitol Hill Challenge. And that is where we get partnered with a member of Congress. And so in the past, we've had some local Congress people from our state, House of Representatives, come out and talk with Walton and sort of be partnered with us and give us advice on investing. But that wasn't available this year.
That's amazing. And I just think too, just this opportunity to travel down to Richmond and be up on the way up on, I don't know if it's the top floor, but you're way up there in the reserve building. And this is going to be such an eye-opening and exciting experience for the students. I'm really proud of the work that you've been doing at Walton. I think not only is it a chance for the school to get accolades and for the students to experience success, but this work is really well grounded in helping students with their whole life, and applying what they've learned to their life. Let's see. So Simon, you talked a little bit earlier about some things you do outside of school, but what's your main interests outside of school?
I love playing sports. It brings me so much joy, and I get very competitive. I have soccer practice 3 days a week, and then even this weekend, I'm going up to Maryland for 2 games. And I play basketball a lot in my free time, at home, at school, anywhere I can. And I love to watch sports, especially college basketball.
Oh yeah, everybody around here loves. Do you like to watch the UVA teams?
Yeah, we got season tickets. They
Oh.
they had a narrow win against Louisville last night.
What time was that game?
It started at 7.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't too late. All right, let's see. So you all, believe it or not, the work that you're doing makes for a positive change in our schools through your leadership and success. So I'm going to ask Addis, if you could change something else about middle school, what would it be? What would you change?
That's a tough question. There's a lot of like good things about it, but there's also I feel like it's pretty good right now. I don't think we need to change it that much.
Okay. Is there anything any of you would change about middle school?
The school lunch.
The school lunch.
Yeah.
I hear that all the time. How would you change it, Gavin?
Check the expiration dates on stuff because it'd be out of date sometimes.
Well, as my dad used to say, those are just guidelines. All right. I guess the teachers thought that was funny, but not the students. All right. So now this one here is going to be for Jacob. As you look to the future, what are your dreams?
I guess I would like to, I don't know.
Anybody want to share what your dreams are for the future? Thank you, Jacob. I'm going to come back to you with another question.
I want to go to JMU college and get a degree there, hopefully. I don't really know what I want to major in yet, though. I haven't thought that far. But I just know I want to go to college, specifically JMU.
Yeah, that's a great school. That's my wife went to JMU. She loved that school. Thank you for sharing that. And let's see. I'm going to come back to Simon. What advice do you have for elementary school students about school and life?
When you go into middle school, it's a lot easier than you think it would be.
Okay, great. That's good. Any advice about life in general? I mean, they're a lot younger, so you could tell them something.
The problems that you face are a lot smaller than you think they are.
Wow, that's great advice. So it is a tradition sometimes during the podcast to ask participants about their current favorite snack. So think about it for a second. Let's see, Mr. Maxwell, what's your favorite snack right now? This is important.
This is very important. I am kind of on a nut kick, just been eating lots of almonds and sort of experimenting with different ones. So it's a lot of fun.
They're good for you too. All right, how about you, Jacob?
Hot sauce on a quesadilla.
Oh yeah, hot sauce. Yep. Yeah, my daughter is going to be 20 years old in May, and probably when she was your age, she started using Texas Pete, and we would be buying gallons of Texas Pete hot sauce. Let's see, we're going to go to Addis, favorite snack.
My favorite snack is probably goldfish.
Goldfish.
Yeah.
Good choice. Jacob, let's see, we got Jacob. How about Gavin?
Anything I can get my hands on. I like Twizzlers.
Twizzlers. Oh my.
Yeah.
All right, and Simon?
My mom has been starting to buy these Asian pears. They're like really sweet, but have a lot of crunch, and I really like them.
They're good for you too. Ms.
Yeah.
Capps?
My go-to dish is always bruschetta. I eat enough of it for it to not be a snack, but it's my favorite.
That's unique. All right. So I'm gonna ask one more question, and I'm gonna ask Addis this question. When you look back so far, what is the one accomplishment you've made that you look back on and you're the most proud of?
I like that one time in my basketball league, we won the championship when we went undefeated. And I like a lot of my test scores that I get back.
Mhm. I really appreciate you sharing that. And I think we're getting ready to wrap up here with our podcast. And I just want to again congratulate the Walton Wildcats, for your success with the Virginia stock market game. You are amazing young gentlemen, and I really appreciate your time in meeting with me this morning. And again, this is Gavin Beer, Simon Gewirtz, Jacob Strumlauf, Addis Tesfai, with their teachers, Natalie Capps and B. Maxwell. Very proud of all the work all of you are doing. It is a privilege for me to be able to work in a school system with such outstanding students and educators. And you really make a big difference for everyone all around the community every day. And I wish you the best of success. And next time I'm out at Walton, make sure you say hi to me. And I look forward to all of you making your way through the schools. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for your
Thank you.
time. Thank you for
Thank
this
you.
podcast.
Absolutely. Take care. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.